Hello and welcome back, and today we're going to look at picking this padlock here, which is a multi-lock. I'm not sure of the model of the padlock or of the core. I'm not particularly good at getting all that sort of information. What I do know about it is it's a really nice padlock, which I was lucky enough to get from Matt's Lockpick recently. And when I got the key, it looks like a 7-pin, and I think I'm not, as I say, I'm not overly familiar with multi-lock models and that sort of thing, but it's a 7-pin lock. I think that's a Garrison. There's no pin-in-pin or anything kind of too complicated in there. But I did find that it was a really difficult lock to pick. Which came as a surprise. I've got similar kind of multi-locks like that one there, which is keyless, 7-pin, few spools in it. Really fun to pick and a great introduction to picking dimple locks. And I assumed that this one would have a very similar core. And although I suspect the pins that are in there, the security pins, are quite similar, the lock itself is actually quite a tricky pick. Now, after working on this for a while, I think I know why that is. So what we'll do is we'll get it set up in the vise and we can get it picked and gutted and we can see if I'm correct. And of course it will give me a chance to test drive these multi-pick dimple picks, which are new to me. I'm going to be doing a review on these, but currently I'm in the testing process, just seeing what I think of them. So let's use those to get this lock open and we can see what's inside. So we have got him set up in the vise there, and we'll attack this one with this multi-pick Elite G Pro number 3, which is just a left-facing flag. So let's get you nice closely zoomed in there. You probably got a better view of the lock than I have picking it. And we'll tuck the tensioner out of the way on the right there. And we are going to go super light with this one, super light tension and very minimal movements on this pick. I mean, you can probably barely see me turning this one. I think the problem that I was having, I'm going to have a look inside in a minute to kind of confirm it, is I think that it's very easy to overset the pins in this one, very easy to over tension it, and therefore overset the pins with massive movements of the flag. With dimple locks you only need very minimal movement compared to many pin tumblers, so you just kind of doing tiny little movements on the flag like that, on the pins. And if you don't do that with this lock, it can lead to oversetting it and then you're never going to get it open. A little click, I think, on 5. Just going to try and concentrate on what I'm doing rather than talking for a second to try and get this one open. It requires all my concentration. Just going to switch to the number 4 flag, which is just a little bit narrower. Resetting this one, going again, probably overset something because all the pins kind of went dead. Definitely not the type of lock, this particular cylinder, that you can just absent-mindedly pick in front of the telly. It does kind of demand your full attention. And there we go, we just got a nice little, it's just quite a small full set for a multi-lock, but that tells us we're on the spool, and usually, a spool or spools, usually, there we go, they're quite responsive. You can just see the plug turning as I put pressure. That's our spool. There must be another one in there somewhere, because I think that one's set. Yeah, right down the back. There he is. And there we go. I think we got this one open. Fantastic. That wasn't too painful. There we go. You can just see the shackles open. So yeah, real challenging pick, and a real just takes all of your concentration to kind of get him open. So let's have a look inside and see if, as I suspect, some of those pins are zero lifts. So we've got a Phillips in there. It would help if I put the right bit in, which is probably that one there. One of the reasons I got this padlock was because I thought I could, you know, put like a more challenging core in, which is kind of ironic because it's it's challenging enough on its own. But as you can see there, the way that the cylinder is held in is by a screw that goes in there, so it needs to be, the housing needs to be exactly like that. You can't just, you know, grab any kind of Euro and put it in unless you tap and die, either sort of cut a thread into that section there. Anyway, let's, what have we got in the back? Got some sort of crazy C-clip. See if we can get that one off. If I had some tools. So, oh, that come off quite easily actually. Let's get a shim. I really must treat myself to some new shims because these are looking a bit crappy. That slid in nice and easily. Grab a follower, slide this plug out, and there we go. You can see you've got your 7 pins in there, and if I take that out, yeah, as suspected. Let's just have a look at that. So if you look at pin 3 there, I mean, there's probably 0.5 millimeter of lift. And again on pin 7, and if I grab a flag that I was using, which is that one there, oh, we can't do it because it's upside down. Yeah, just slide in the flag in. See, I'm just sliding the flag in. I'm sliding it flat on the bottom, as flat as I can. And pin 1 is almost set. Pin 2 is set, and pin 3 is overset. So just by sliding the flag in, and pin 6 as well, you can just see it. I'm just sliding the flag in. I'm not lifting it up at all. I'm not trying to lift those pins. Just sliding it in will overset 2 of the pins. And even the pins that, you know, aren't as close to the shear line, you know, like number 7, 4 and 5 there, you know, to lift them up, it's tiny, it's minimal movements, you know, just a millimeter. So I think the problem I was having with it was exactly that. I was just kind of approaching it the wrong way, and yeah, lifting those pins up way too far, oversetting it, and then not realizing that I've overset. Come on, out you come. What we got? 3, 5, 6, 7. Try it that way. 7, 6. I imagine all of these are going to be standards. Lost one there. I think I've got some of these key-pins the wrong way around, so before I assemble it I will check it. No funkiness in the core, I don't think. Nope, pretty normal. We'll just see what's up top. I suspect it's going to be pretty standard. There's going to be a few of those nice long multi-lock spools in there. So the first one's a standard. Second one is a standard. Third one's jumped out. That's a standard as well. We definitely had a couple of spools in here. There we go. That's that nice deep spool on 4. And the length of those spools is what gives it those nice deep sets, because the spools, because they're so long, they're able to kind of lay down a little bit in the cylinder chambers. Standard in 5. I think we'll go in from the back now just to see what else we got. There we go, second spool in 7. And a standard in 6. So all of those pins, we've only got 2 security pins. They're in 4, and again in 7. And I think if anything, they help. They help when you're picking locks like this, because as you saw, the first couple of minutes of picking the lock was just me, perhaps oversetting. Just because I wasn't, I was lifting those pins too high without even realising it. But the point that you manage to set all of the standard pins, then you're on the spools, and as with a lot of multi-locks, they're really quite responsive, and they tell you all you need to know to finish it off. But I think it's that initial part of picking, there's a screw falling out there, that's quite difficult. Anyway, it's a really enjoyable padlock, that. Maybe I'll put some more spools in, maybe that'll make it too easy, I don't know. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'll leave a little link up there to subscribe. That's always appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.